Gen Z's priorities are changing drastically, and the difference between young men and young women is becoming more and more polarized. Young women are focused on advancing in their careers and achieving financial independence, and men are more focused on getting married and having kids. NBC released a really interesting poll on the different priorities and goals that Gen Z has and how it relates to who they voted for. Let's just say men who voted for Trump and women who voted for Harris could not be more different. Let's break it down. So a friend sent me this poll, and I love that I have this reputation among my friends that if something comes out like a tweet or a video or an article that references in any way women not having kids, they're like, you have to check this out. Let me send this to you. If you're new to my channel, if you don't know who I am just a girl who talks about her decision not to have kids on the internet. I have an amazing community of people who don't want kids, don't have kids, can't have kids, and also a lot of people who do want and have kids that are simply curious about the lifestyle of somebody who chose a different path. On TikTok, I'm known as the girl with the list, and I have this gigantic list of reasons why I've decided not to have kids, and it is constantly growing. It's educational, it's wild, it's funny, it's shocking, and every week I'm adding something to my list, so it's a lot of fun. TLDR, I am an internet spokesperson for child-free cat ladies. So naturally, when NBC came out with this poll, I had to talk about it because it is genuinely super fascinating to me. So they surveyed 30,196 adults aged 18 through 29 about what is important to their personal definitions of success. Each participant chose 3 things that they believe were really important to their personal definitions of success, and then those things were ranked from 1 through 13. They were able to choose things like owning a home, not being in any debt, spiritual groundedness, and then NBC split these results into 4 different groups. So we have women who voted for Trump, men who voted for Trump, women who voted for Harris, and men who voted for Harris. There are a few things that were pretty much agreed on across the board. Having a job or a career that you find fulfilling was ranked among the top 3 choices for all 4 groups. Interestingly, though, of the 4 groups, it ranked the lowest among men who voted for Trump, which was really interesting to me. Coming from the group that really values being providers and like being the breadwinners and like this very traditional view of what a family is supposed to look like and these traditional gender roles, it is strange to me that they ranked it the lowest of all 4 subgroups. Another thing all 4 groups had in common is they all ranked fame and influence as the very last thing that defined success for them. None of Gen Z prioritizes celebrity status as something that is important to them. Great. Gen Z would rather make a positive influence in their communities and in their smaller friend groups and families. That makes sense to me. Unfortunately, that is where the similarities end. So we already know that men who voted for Trump ranked a fulfilling career as only number 3. So what did they rank as number 1? Having kids. Interesting. But where this gets really interesting is having kids didn't even make the top 5 for any other subgroup. Men who voted for Trump ranked it number 1, and it literally was not a priority for any other subgroup. They also ranked getting married the highest of all other subgroups. So where did Gen Z women who voted for Harris rank getting married and having kids? Dead fucking last. Literally 11th and 12th on the list. The only thing below it is fame and influence, which we've already established is not important at all to any of Gen Z. That's my subgroup, by the way, represent. And honestly, that's exactly what I would have ranked it as well. Like, absolutely. I'm so proud of Gen Z women right now. We have been told our entire lives and like throughout our entire history for thousands upon thousands of years that getting married and having kids is the single most important thing a woman can do in her life. Personally, I was raised in a religious community that really emphasized that having kids was the only purpose and duty for a woman. The way we have done a complete 180 over the last, 5 to 10 years, this poll perfectly demonstrates how women have said fuck you to society's expectations and what we're supposed to do and the things that we are supposed to prioritize. So honestly, it makes sense that we rated those things last. For the first time in history, we actually have an ounce of freedom and we get to make a choice on what success looks like for us. And Unsurprisingly, it does not include our roles as wife and mother. No, we want to have fulfilling careers. We want to have money. We want emotional stability. And we want to use our talents to help other people. By the way, quick aside, men who voted for Trump ranked helping people as way down at number 10 on their list of priorities. Just an observation. Now, of course, when this poll came out, a bunch of men started freaking the out. They're like, oh, this is so bleak. This is civilization ending. Liberal women are so cooked. I don't know, man. To me, it just looks like after decades of being oppressed, women have decided to do whatever they want to do. But actually, it's not just women. Men who voted for Harris also ranked getting married and having kids as really low down on their list. They ranked it at number 9 and number 10, respectively. So the goals among liberal men and liberal women are decently aligned. Another thing I thought was interesting was that liberal women and liberal men both ranked getting married as higher on the list than having kids. Whereas Republican men and women ranked having kids above getting married. So liberal men and liberal women would rather get married and then have kids, or get married and maybe not have kids. Whereas Republicans would rather have kids and then get married, or they would just rather have kids than be married. It's just really surprising considering like the religious tendencies of both groups and like the emphasis on purity culture and staying pure before marriage and all those things. But here's the biggest point that I'm taking from this. Women are exercising their newfound freedom and rights and deciding that there might be more to life than those traditional roles that they've had laid out for them. They're also understanding more the sacrifice, the labor, the toll on their freedom and personhood that having kids takes on them. Whereas men are idealizing those things without the same lived burden. I saw on TikTok somebody said that men treat having kids like getting a puppy. You know how kids will beg their parents to get a puppy and they'll pinky promise their parents that they will take care of that puppy and they'll take them out on walks and they'll feed them. But at the end of the day, the majority of the burden is always going to fall on the parent because kids aren't really thinking about the responsibilities that come with getting a puppy. Potty training them and cleaning up their messes and taking them out on a walk even when they are tired and they've had a really long day. Men treat children the same way. One of the things that I have made really, really important in my content online and on my list of reasons not to have kids is teaching and showing people that pregnancy and childbirth is not easy. It takes a huge toll on your body, on your mind, on your time. And if you do want kids, that's amazing, but you deserve to be informed about the decision that you're making so that you're prepared when you go into it. And you take the proper care of yourself and your relationships, and nothing surprises you. Making informed decisions, especially decisions that will impact your entire life for the rest of your life, is really, really, really important. And I'm so glad that women are thinking more about those responsibilities and taking them into account before they have kids just because they feel like they're supposed to. And it's clear to me that men aren't taking that same time and care thinking about these decisions and how they will affect their lives because it probably won't affect their lives. They don't have to take the physical toll of being pregnant and giving birth to the child. They don't have to worry about maternal leave, whether or not they'll be able to return to their career after they've had the kid. They're not worried about how their relationships with their friends will be affected because boys' night is still on. Even women who voted for Trump are taking these things into consideration. And this might be the most surprising statistic of all. Republican women ranked having kids as number 6 on their list and getting married at number 9, which is really low. Even Republican women are seeing this dramatic shift towards prioritizing career and financial independence over their more traditional role. Once again, women are not centering their lives around marriage and kids. They're not dreaming of marriage. They're dreaming of owning a home and paying off all their debt. There has been and there will be a lot of fallout from this poll. People are going to scream and shout about how women are so selfish and we're going to cause the downfall of society as we know it. The truth is, I would be scared too if I were them. Women are prioritizing themselves and they're pulling ahead. I'm personally very optimistic for what the future holds for women. I think we will continue to thrive, and I'm excited to see what's next for us. Thank you for watching my little breakdown. Please subscribe to the channel. You can also find me over on TikTok and Instagram. And if you made it to the end of this video, tell me what you would have ranked as your personal number one for what you think defines success. I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget to take your birth control.